give it to a random chat.
I'll give it to someone. Give it to me, and I'll
No,
give it to someone in my chat.
Hasan! Hasan! Let me promote it! Go live! Let me promote it! I'm actually doing... Let me promote it! I'm actually doing... Let me promote it! I'm actually doing... Let me promote it! I'm actually doing...
All right, what's going on, everybody? Wait, where am I? Where is this coming from? Oh, my Twitch stream is open. All right, hey, what's happening? What's happening? All right, we won. Finally, we won one. There you go. Yay. Winner POV. All right, time to fucking do some reacts. Holy shit. It's just like, okay, I have a really good, I was looking at some stuff here to watch, and there's one that's really good about Call of Duty believing in anything. I think we're going to start off with some soft reacts and then maybe go into, thought you did really well in the debate. You handled yourself really well. Proud. I mean, I got too angry. I definitely got too angry. I should definitely control my anger a little bit more. It's like American imperialism is one area where I literally cannot fucking control my anger. As you guys know, it's because, like, I don't know. I just feel, well, there's two issues where I, like, if it's like abortion and stuff, it doesn't impact me directly. I don't see the immediate consequences of it, maybe. So it's not as, like, it's still terrible, obviously, but I'm able to maintain my composure better on issues like that. But I am terrible at composing myself and conducting myself in a way that is, like, good for the average shitter to appreciate. You know what I mean? Like, I need... But, you know, that's my analysis on the situation. I hope people enjoyed it. I don't know if you guys enjoyed it or not, but I hope you did. I tried to make it entertaining. Yeah, I don't know. Defending war is dumb in my opinion. I felt bad for Sligeria's family that got hurt. I don't know. It could have been better. Thank you, Bolt yourself in for the oil lawyer. And you should try to bury the hatchet with Richard. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Richard more. Ask for subs during host. Yeah, get those subs ready, ladies and gentlemen.
HasanAbi, I am really upset about the UK. Cheer us up.
I will cheer you guys up with the fucking hottest reacts, dude. Bastiat literally in DGG asking for help. It happens, dude. Hey, I don't fault him for it, okay? It's actually a smart thing to do. Made a new animation. Ooh, this is tight.
They're live and quite fun. See.
What's up with your couch? Oh, I have two different. I have someone watching.
You loved your father, the devil.
You missed the point that the U.S. actually lost the Vietnam War. That's true. Hey, thank you, Raj, the fat host.
You don't love the spirit of justice. You love your father.
Listen, guys, I absolutely despise debates. Okay, I think they're terrible. Thank you, Raj, for the fat host.
You don't want to kill their communities. You're a racist.
Hasan, your ass cheeks are big and juicy, no homo. Thanks, buddy. I don't like doing it. I don't like debates at all. You know what I do like instead? I like doing fucking React Andy shit, okay? I like talking about politics on my own time. And I like, I require drip fun.
You love your father, the devil.
You were hungover from last night? I was very hungover. Ice Cream Sammy Money, thank you so much. Hannah Thotep. Bro is fire. Thank you for what you do, and it could be in a better position. I would feel honored, but also you couldn't do any more, brother. Good job, bro.
Ice Cream Sammy's money.
Congrats for the win. Great to see you on TYT last night. This is Verity NS. Yeah, thank you.
I love the system. I can now remove
why do you keep doing the Raw show if you prefer to react? It's good to do the Raw show because it opens, first of all, like, I'm gonna get talked about, right? So I'd rather be there.
You don't love the spirit of justice. You love your father, the devil.
To talk about issues that pertain to me.
The win, my man. Great to see you on TYT last night.
Secondly, I like as much as I disagree with Destiny, I appreciate it when he's on the show because at least he like pushes back on chud shit. So if he's not going to, then I feel like someone needs to. You know what I mean?
The spirit of justice. You love your father, the devil.
Steve accused you of anti. Oh, no discussing Destiny. Don't be ridiculous. Don't. Yeah, the U.S. is complicit in genocide in Yemen. I forgot to mention that. Hey, well, look, Carter, where do I align politically? I'll show you where I align politically. Are you ready?
You love your father.
What should we start off with, chat? I need something with, as XGC would say, with juice. Speed dating 10 comedians based on their jokes. That seems like juice, dude.
Here's a quick message from one of our favorite TikTok creators, Chrissy at Life Laughter AS.
This is what I do, boys. This is what I do best, okay?
By the way, here, did you get the necklaces and rings from there?
Okay, I don't care about this shit at all. All right, let's do it.
Hopefully it's not the first laugh you...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Jubilee speed dating 10 comedians based on their jokes. Now, let me just say something. Some of these have the capacity to be cringe. Okay? Hey, Blue Light with a 15 tier 1 gift subs. Thank you, brother. Okay, listen. Some of these are going to be cringe, okay? But this is not one of them. You know how I know that? Because it has 400,000 views and it was updated today. Which means that this is going to be primo, okay? This is going to be some good react content. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start.
You have given.
My name's Harper Rose, and I'm a comedian.
Girl's a cutie.
Did you ever date a comedian before?
No, but I have made out with some. The last guy that I dated was unlike any other guy I've ever dated before because I'm about 5'7", and this guy was really addicted to cocaine. So, you know.
Do you think you can find love?
Oh, this is going to be bad as fuck. Oh, this is going to be terrible.
I definitely think so.
Someone said train.
Because it's such an intimate art form. And I think like when you're being that vulnerable, that opens you up to being vulnerable to other things.
Are you ready to laugh?
Yes.
All right, okay, how's it going? Lady behind the screen.
This guy looks like that Mormon kid. That guy literally looks like our guy from the Mormon dating show that we watch. Holy shit, Keaton. Anyway, that's the inside joke for all the newcomers, but...
Look great, by the way. You like dogs?
Love dogs.
I think dogs are geniuses. They're really good at marking their territory. You know what I'm saying? You just pee on things. Like if I pee on this chair right now, nobody else is gonna want to sit in it, and it's mine.
The first thing I want you to know about me is
Oh
I'm
my
not
God!
like these other guys. I'm not here to just tell jokes. I'm here to find love, okay?
I'm trying to be smarter. I want to learn more things, you know, and I'm doing all the things to make me smart. Like, I read book, but, you know.
Some people say I look like Kenan Thompson, but like a slim, thick version. I'm not overshaped. I'm like out of weight. I'm not
Is this the remix?
out of shape yet, but I'm one good burger away from it. So, if you could see me, you would be laughing. That's a great joke. I usually get better jokes.
Oh, this is so bad, dude. Yo, okay, listen, I gotta say something. Comedians, like people who are fucking cringe champion comedians. First of all, it's Twitch chat. So anytime someone is attempting to be funny, you guys are gonna fucking get annoyed regardless, okay? Anytime someone attempts to be funny, you're gonna be like, oh, that's cringe. That's cringe. Understandable, okay? You guys always do that. Thank you, Augustine TV. As an Algerian who saw how corrupt the elections were Thursday. Oh, yeah. Secondly, comedians are this fucking cringe. They are. I was hanging out with a bunch of comedians the other night, and I'm gonna tell you something. They are this fucking cringe in real life because they're like constantly trying to fucking make jokes. They're like constantly testing out material, and it's terrible. It's fucking terrible, dude. Because like, it's not like none of them are like Dave Chappelle. You know what I mean? There's like 8 comedians that are actually funny in the world, and then even then, not all of their jokes are funny. They have to test out all this material. So like, if you're testing out material nonstop, you're gonna 90% of your shit is not gonna stick, and it's gonna be awful. So this is just a demonstration of that.
I have a little trouble with my identity currently because I got the results of a DNA test and found out I was 60% white. Now, it's weird because now I got all these like white symptoms kicking up inside of me. Like the other day, I was just sitting like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go backpacking in Europe. I'm gonna buy a ticket to Europe and just fly there. No plan. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. You know what I mean?
I am black. I can tell by your tone you're not. Would you say pineapple belongs on pizza?
No.
Well, I guess we can't get them all. We can't win them all. I love pineapple on pizza.
So I work with kids. There's one girl, Amy, she touched my belly, and then she was like, "You're fat, are you pregnant?" Which is just, it hurt, but I can't go to the gym, be bench pressing at the gym, just like, yeah, screw you, Amy. Yeah, that's what you get, Amy. People are gonna be like, who's
That's
Amy?
kinda
Is she the
funny.
girl that broke your heart? You're like, no, this third grader that made me feel small. Like, that's not.
I'm on the dating apps, and
That
I
was
noticed a lot
the
of
only
girls write
bit
the
that
same
was
thing
good.
on all their profiles, which is no hookups.
Out of all the fucking bits that they had, that was like actually a fully fleshed out bit, and even then, it's like a fucking 3 out of 10. And she gave a fake laugh, dude. You hate to see it.
No hookups, and it really baffles me. And tell me there's no girl out there that wants a sweet deal on a stereo, even though my friend Bob works at Best Buy. You don't want me to hook that up for you?
You just pee on things, man. Like, they're gonna, gentrification is reversed. Because what's one smell that rich people can't stand that poor people gotta get used to? It's pee, man. It's on the subway, in downtown.
Don't you hate that when you have some actor, some actress you really respect, really like their work, and then you see them in an interview, you find out they're British? Ugh. Just like, I think it's ever so lovely. Killing zombies. I'm having a smashing time. No.
I was so nervous, and when the reporter asked me why I painted this
Why is
Mickey
this guy
Mouse, I just
anti-Brit, dude? I mean, it's a sentiment that I understand. That joke works better if the guy was Italian.
I was like, use my hands to paint Disney things for my parents. Save pandas for comedy. The headlines of the news says, autistic kid paints for parents. That's a TV credit right there.
Where are you from? You know what I mean?
What a weird thing to...
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from North Carolina.
North Carolina. All right, goodbye.
Bro, this guy brought his own musical instrument. What the fuck? He has to win.
I'm so sorry, but Lou, because it sounds like there's gonna be too much pee involved.
It felt good, you know, finally get picked first for something. I'm always last.
Stop.
David, I like British.
Stop trying to make jokes. At that point, stop trying to just take the L, homie. Literally take the fucking L, homie. Stop it. Don't do it. Don't continue. You lost because your jokes were shit.
British people, so it seems like we're just not gonna hit it off. Justin, I'm sorry.
It didn't feel too good. I mean, when it comes down to being eliminated, it pretty much just lets a person know that you ugly, but they haven't, seen your face.
I'm so sorry, but I just.
Man, these are the two hottest guys.
That's the second best looking guy.
First, I want to say that I haven't been able to get you out of my head, you know? I don't know if it's the game show centered around you.
What's up?
Hey, honey.
How you doing, huh? you like the nickname I gave you?
What are some of your biggest pet peeves?
Fires. Yeah, I don't like it when they set me on fire.
On fire. Okay.
Just not being yourself. You're like, You're like, what? You don't actually like Simple Plan? I thought you liked them. I bought concert tickets.
Nice.
I don't like Simple Plan, by the way.
Wait, you don't?
I do. I love them.
Okay.
Oh, no, I contradicted myself.
What is your pet peeves?
Oh!
When someone smokes cigarettes inside their car.
Oh, cool. I don't have a car. We're good.
Oh my God, me either, honey. Look, we're already connecting.
Oh, you can share Uber
She said
account.
honey.
Oh, I love it.
Bro, he called her bro, and she called him honey. There is no... I mean, this guy's out this round, okay? Skinny Keenan is out.
God damn.
My biggest pet peeve is when people wear too much tie-dye.
They usually probably have hair that would make you look
Chill.
like Jesus too.
Yeah, whatever, dude. What the fuck does she know, okay? What the fuck does she know, dude? Huh? Shut up. Shut the fuck up, dude. Hey, nobody wants to go on a date with a cringe comedian anyway. Shut up. Tie-dye is fucking dope. Anybody who doesn't understand that tie-dye is dope is just wrong. So yeah.
And also, you know that you can buy mushrooms from them.
Yeah, right.
And then also, people that always have bad breath.
Bad breath. That's something that I recently
Thank you,
learned.
Shadows of
Someone's
Liberty, with the
offers you
$5.
gum,
Oh,
that
you
means
accept.
You got bad breath.
Yeah.
I always keep Listerine strips on me at
Beautiful.
all times. That was a lie. I'm sorry. I don't want to start this relationship off with lies.
Thank you,
Okay,
Logan.
you get one strike. What do you look for in a relationship?
I'm a very silly person, so I like girls who do bits, who kind of like, it's a ping pong match. Like maybe we start making inside jokes in the first date, and then by the third date, we might be saying crazy stuff like, that's what the old jackrabbit said, you know, but.
Is that guy doing
okay.
African American vernacular? I'm finna cancel the boy. On God. Let's hear it out again.
Rabbit said, you know, but.
Hey yo. On
Dang,
site.
okay. Sweet Nathan. I'm so sorry, but I must bid you adieu.
You had to pee anyway.
Wild card breed.
Wild
It was.
Thanks for the nickname on the way out. A little bit relieved because now I can be like the Bachelor for ABC now. So 2020, The Bachelor.
Here we are again.
Here we are yet
Corinne.
again. Why did you start comedy?
I started comedy because I was telling everybody else to chase their dreams except for myself. I usually have these epiphanies and I look at my hands and I realize it's me, and I went for it and chased my dream to be a comedian. What about
Yeah, by
you?
the way, I was lying. I was just saying that she's not hot because I was upset with her tie-dye take. She's pretty cute. But I don't know why she's still choosing fucking skinny Keenan, who is just very awkward.
What's your goals for 2020?
My goals are to get representation across the board, and then I would love to do a late night set.
Wait, so you're a comedian?
I am a comedian.
Wow.
Oh, I know.
I knew it was love at first curtain.
I
knew it was.
I know. I'll be there at those open mics with you, honey.
Oh, well, I can't wait. You've stolen my heart. All right, well, I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna let you talk to these strangers. But me and you have something. We have something. I feel it.
You got a dream? You got a big dream?
It's to make it out of my studio apartment.
Oh, we have the same dream. That is crazy. We have
Look
the same
at the
dream.
stars are aligned.
Do you have any like quirky spots that you don't like bowling?
Honestly, yeah, I think you nailed it with the bowling. I broke my finger on a first date one time bowling, and so it just really triggers
What the fuck?
bad memories.
We won't even watch The Big Lebowski, okay?
Bro, what kind of fucking competitive psycho fucking thing is that, dude? Who the fuck breaks their finger while bowling, dude? There is just no... This girl has got... How do you break your finger while bowling? Like, you gotta... You really have had to have gotten into the game. Like, you wanted to... You were no longer interested in that date. You just wanted to fuck your date up.
Hey, like, bowling is out.
What would your ideal date be?
Oh man, I don't know, like a chill restaurant, maybe like walk to a bar after.
Okay.
Have a, you know, just
Like
something
not
chill.
too many people around.
Not enough people to where it feels overcrowded, but enough people to where if I need to scream, I could be saved, you know?
Oh, very true. Yeah, that's important. Safety first.
Yeah.
Always.
I think you're all very lovely.
Thank you.
But you know what? I'm a sucker for the keys. I was wooed by Tommy.
Like car keys or?
Oh, wow. Folks,
Called
it's
it.
been an honor serving with you, truly.
You're breaking my heart here.
I'll see you on the scene, you know?
Called it.
I gave her my heart, and I told her about my hands.
The more you lose, the more you learn. You know what I mean? Look at LeBron James. He loses more finals than he has won.
She decided to pick what? Piano guy?
Your father, the devil.
Yeah, no shit she picked piano guy, dude. What do you mean? He brought a fucking prop, like that's OP. That's literally OP.
Since you came to TW,
Chat, what did you learn from this?
Activity bring you down too much.
Chat, what did you learn from this?
Saying and kek wait emotes to global.
What did you learn from this? If you want to impress a girl, you have to bring a piano. You have to bring a musical instrument. Just make sure it's not a fucking flute, because flutes are whack, dude. Bring a piano to the first date, just not a flute. Or not a first date. If you see a girl, just bring a piano. You pause the video a lot?
Who brings pianos to a comedy? I'm frustrated. That's what I am.
You guys want to see each other?
He's also not like unattractive, so I don't think she's gonna be like.
You don't love.
I don't think she's gonna be like too upset.
Oh my God! Wow, beautiful.
I like that your socks match.
Nice, nice. These are Walmart socks. I was not aware they would be revealed.
Okay.
But your socks.
Thank you. These are Rite Aid socks, so sorry to brag. Thank you.
You think you made the right choice?
I do think I made the right choice.
So did I.
Yeah.
I was like looking at all these guys and I was like, definitely her.
Yeah.
Would you go on the date with
You
him?
don't
I
love the
would,
spirit
yeah.
of justice. You love your father, the devil.
Where would you go?
Thank you tomorrow.
Alley?
Yeah, let's go to a bowling alley.
Okay.
Bro, she's cute, dude.
This is the big time, baby. A real date, you know?
Yeah, someone in the chat already pointed this out, but like, I am a big fan of Mitch Hedberg. R.I.P. F's in the chat for Mitch. But he's definitely like, what is the term? Aping his bit pretty hard. Like, are trying to. Who's Mitch Hedberg?
God, I can't wait to call my mom and be like, it took a game show, but I finally got one.
Okay, what the fuck? Match sibling to sibling. Okay, I'll play a Mitch Hedberg set. It's very good for. It's very good educational material. Actually, I don't even know if you guys are gonna like it. Holy shit, I'm so hot right now. I'm fucking.
I was at a casino. I was standing by the door, saying, "Here, you throw this."
Wow, I see that nobody likes this. Okay, nobody. It's not your style of comedy. I get it. Fucking 400 people left after Mitch Hedberg.
You don't love the spirit of justice.
One-liner
You love
comedians
your father, the devil.
are not for everyone, but this one's the best. Thank you, The Warrior. Yeah, you guys want fucking TikTok, dude. George Carlin was the best. Okay, you guys got some good shit for me? You guys got some good...
I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
Nope. It's not going to work on the chat. Anti-Semitic Bernie Sanders t-shirt at the DNC official store. What the fuck? Is that real, dude? That's kind of crazy. That's a... Official DNC shop gear. Maoist portrait. Nazi propaganda. That's a little sus. All right, we're not doing any more Mitch Hedberg, dude. I'm not trying to fucking hemorrhage more viewers, okay? We already lost too much. We already lost too much, dude. Here, I'm gonna watch this Call of If American Psycho were about programmers. This is something that someone sent me yesterday. I want to watch.
How impressive. How on earth did you get a reservation there?
Lucky, I guess.
That's a wonderful res. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Let me guess. Patagonia, Sinquila? It feels so soft.
Your compliment was sufficient, Kevin.
Hello, Raj. Nice glasses. How the hell are ya?
Paul has mistaken me for this dickhead, Raj Hassan. It seems logical because...
Okay, this sucks. I'm not watching this.
Bravo 6, moving to the first floor.
Is this game political?
Secure.
No.
I'm gonna tell you again!
Really?
Hey, no. Remember what I did to the butcher, dude?
We'll just make the game. That seems insane. It seems insane to get political to me.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare released on October 25th, 2019 and sold $600 million worth of games in its first 3 days. That is, if we're keeping track, roughly double the amount Avengers Endgame made in North America in the same amount of time. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is the 9th Call of Duty developed by Infinity Ward, and the 16th Call of Duty game released in the last 16 years. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is the 4th game in the Call of Duty series to be called Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Unlike the previous year's game, Black Ops: Confusion About Roman Numerals, this 4th Call of Duty Modern Warfare has a single-player campaign, a redux of the first Call of Duty Modern Warfare's campaign with similarly named characters in totally new situations. Still with me? And if you followed Call of Duty Modern Warfare's marketing, you'll know that Infinity Ward wanted you to know that this single-player campaign was about modern warfare. It's not your daddy's Modern Warfare or the Modern Warfare you played 12 years ago. This is a story about proxy wars, about non-state actors, and serious acts of terrorism.
Bro, literal.
These are more like...
I've talked about this before, but like... It's just basically... war crime simulator, which is fun. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I played the fuck out of this game. I played the single player campaign. But to say that it's not political is so stupid. Like, I mean, it's literal American war crimes that we've committed that we associated with the American foreign adversaries, basically, including the highway of death specifically.
Complex stories where there is no black and white or pure evil or pure good. It's the gray in the middle of all that, and finding your line is a hard thing to determine, says narrative director Taylor Kurosaki. This game deals with some capital T themes. Themes like
colonialism and occupation and independence and freedom.
But while this is a game about modern warfare, about colonialism, about occupied countries, about the meaning of freedom, there's one thing it's not.
Is this game political? No.
So, to be fair, is this thing political is a question that can be interpreted in many different ways. And to their credit, the writers of Modern Warfare actually gave us a pretty direct explanation of what they feel their game would have to be in order to be political.
I feel like for me to honestly
not
say,
political.
If you wanted a situation
When the fucking main guy goes, you know, we had actionable intel on the terrorists and we were not allowed to do anything, that was not political. Or when he says, fuck, these guys are terrorists, we don't have any real guns to fight back with. And then someone says, like, you know, head office wouldn't allow us to get real guns to fight back against these potential terrorists. That's not political.
where I would say that yes, it is a political story, I would have to be telling a story about specifically the exact administrations and governments and events in our world today.
So there we go, a straightforward definition of what it means to them to have a political story. It would have to be specifically about the exact administrations and events in...
By the way, not to be one of those fucking cringe lords who constantly quotes George Orwell, but this would imply that 1984 is inherently not political, or Animal Farm is not a political work, and that and the reason for why is because it like didn't actually happen, or it wasn't actually like real shit. But also, it's not true because they literally did incorporate Highway of Death, which was an American war crime in Operation Desert Storm. Like, so they did actually incorporate real shit that happened
in our world today. Now look, everyone can have an opinion on this sort of thing, but I feel like we can also recognize that this definition is absurd. Let's list some stories that are not political by this definition.
House of Cards, The West Wing, Beat Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, 1984, Atlas Shrugged, Animal Farm, Brave New World, Fahrenheit 451, Huck Finn.
By this definition, Jacob Minkoff has made the idea of political allegory impossible. There ain't room for metaphors in this definition. Either you're saying, Donald Trump told me to do this, or your story is not political. There's the cynical way of taking this, of course. It's all marketing language. They know that gamers are sick of having these pesky SJW politics forced into their games about, imperialism. A quick glance at the comments on this game.
Bro, it's literally the YPG, dude. It's literally the YPG.
It's about,
I mean, this is
imperial.
Like, that's deliberate. A woman leadership, like, in one of the most famous female-led, like, military, militant groups in the world right now. I wonder why. I wonder what they were doing here. Like, how could you fucking say, like, how could you say that, like, this is just, oh, we just did this? Women play a big role in Israel's army, too. Yeah, but they're not going to put Israel's war crimes in the war crime simulator because we're talking about Western. This is cultural imperialism. This is Western imperialism. So they're not going to fucking include Israel in this. I guess they could. More female war criminals. They, like, you know, allies that certainly are not shooting like little kids or anything like that.
Imperialism. A quick glance at the comments on this Game Informer video confirms it. Hundreds of people celebrating the fact that this game isn't political. The cynical take is that these writers don't actually care what they're saying, or the publishers have told them to keep out of politics. Whatever it takes, as long as it sells copies and keeps their fan base happy. But I think that they feel sincere. And moreover, even if they do have ulterior motives for claiming apoliticism, this interpretation paints a fascinating picture of Call of Duty's base assumptions about the military and the world we live in. First things first, though. The plot in the broadest possible strokes. In a fictional Middle East country named Urzikstan, many forces are vying for control. There's a hostile invasion from Russia, there's a fictional terrorist group called Al-Qatal, and there's the Urzik militia. After terrorist attacks in the non-fictional city of London, and the looming threat of chemical weapons by Russian forces, a number of SAS and CIA agents team up with the members of the Urzik militia to stop the bad guys. I played the game like 2 days ago, but writing out those—
yeah, Urgizistan is like basically Kurdistan, if there was Kurdistan, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a combination country of like Iraq and Syria, and maybe like bits and pieces of Afghanistan. It's just like, that guy looks like you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, chatter, Jimmy Page. That is a very nice thing that you said. Burke Jerk, thank you for the subscription.
Those 3 sentences was weirdly difficult, and there's a good reason for that. Modern Warfare is a game about individuals. We don't spend time with the Urzik militia, really. We spend time with Farah. She's a leader in the group. She's absolutely committed to her people. As a child, her father was killed during a chemical weapon attack by Russian forces, and so she hates the invading Russians, she hates chemical weapons, she hates being controlled. I remember her character far more than I remember exactly what she was trying to do. Same with Captain John Price, a mustachioed SAS captain who knows that doing the right thing often means getting his hands dirty, but that's a burden he's willing to take.
We get dirty, and the world stays clean.
Or CIA officer Alex, who empathizes so strongly with the Urzik militia's plight that he literally leaves his post to go fight with them. Or Hadir, Farah's brother, who—
Okay, I have to say something. This character—
Or CIA—
I mean, this guy was so hot. I'm not just saying that because someone in the chat just said that he looks like me. But like, the way they made this character was so silly. Like, it looked like he did his hair in the middle of the war zone. Like 90% of the time, he was like, yeah, hold on, before I like get my sniper rifle out. Like, let me just fucking do my hair. Dude, I'm not eating. There's no food in my mouth right now. Shut the fuck. Okay, you're just here. Cool yourself off for 8 hours. All right, buddy? God damn, he just kept spamming over and over. Are you implying that the troops aren't all attractive? No, of course not. Have you seen the troops, dude? No, of course they're not all attractive. The only troops that are hot are in my audience right now, okay? You guys. If you're in here right now and you're a troop, then you're fucking hot. If you're not in here and you're a reactionary chud and you hate me, then you're ugly. Facts.
CIA officer Alex, who empathizes so strongly with the Urzik militia's plight that he literally leaves his post to go fight with them. Or Hadir, Farah's brother, who fights just as passionately for independence, but is put at odds with Farah and the rest of the squad when he uses chemical weapons against Russian forces. This focus on character over story is very much Modern Warfare's intent, I think. The writers said many times that they wanted you to empathize with the individual. This is the story about the morally gray, remember? And you know what? That's fine. Wars, especially the proxy wars this story is ostensibly about, are fought by individuals. Including freedom fighters like Farah humanizes parts of a conflict we often think about only in broad strokes. But modern...
The only realistic part about... I'm still eating. Okay, the only realistic part about... The only realistic part about this game was when they... he was right. Yeah, I know. It was when they ended up leaving the YPG rebels after they exploited them. And declaring them terrorists. That was the only realistic part about the game. And also the war crimes.
Modern Warfare seems to think by sidelining real-life government and...
Stop. Don't strike right now. No, he was being annoying about fucking stop eating. I'm not going to stop eating because he said so. But don't fucking strike right now. We have new people. We have new guests.
Administrations and events and
don't strike for a random shitter. You're ruining it. Okay.
Of individuals, it's able to dodge politics. This isn't a story about Congress or Parliament. It's a story about people simply responding to the situations they're put in. In their mind, the personal cannot be political. But simultaneously, there are constant reminders on the many real-life wars that have been fought and the many thinkers that have stemmed from them. At least there are if you're bad at the game. I die, and Elie Wiesel tells me that nothing can, nothing will justify the murder of innocent people and helpless children. I die, and Jean-Paul Sartre tells me that when the rich wage war, it's the poor who die. I die, and Chris Kyle tells me that it was my duty to shoot the enemy, and I do not regret it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what a fucking change of pace from the different, like, anti-war takes. And then fucking Chris Kyle, dude. Literally, like, one of the worst people you could ever quote for anything.
Are any of these quotes what the game is about? Not really. But it's what Call of Duty has done for years, drape itself in non-fictional accoutrement while insisting it can't function as a commentary on any of those things. Modern Warfare uses real guns, real quotes, and one-half real countries. But
is this game political? No.
Because there's a second part to Minkoff's definition that's probably even more important to their self-identification as non-political. Are you ready for it? Here we go.
And governments and events in our world today. We are talking about thematic things. We would also have to have, I think, a perspective on it. And what we don't, we want to present the different perspectives. We don't want to say that one of them is correct.
Wait, what? What do you mean? What? You literally... Wait, no, that's not true at all. You literally do think one of them is correct. You 100% did that. I think all my moderators have stopped working, I guess. Do I literally have no mods in my chat right now? What the fuck?
You love your father, the devil.
The ones that ended up striking after Discord is my fucking mods, dude.
Guy did nationalization and freed socialists, communists put in prison by the
Call of Duty,
also supported by the...
You don't love the spirit of justice. You love your father, the devil.
My chat is cancer right now. Holy shit.
Modern Warfare does not have a perspective on Modern Warfare. That is their official position.
You love your father.
Thank you, these are the vibes.
What do you even do with that?
Colonialism and occupation and independence and freedom. We would also have to have, I think, a perspective on it.
Is freedom good? Is war bad? This game has no idea. Come and play the game series named after the phrase we say when we're honoring soldiers, a series completely neutral on the ideas of war. Alright. So what's interesting here, taking them at their word, is what the writers of Call of Duty think a perspective.
That's more like it. That's what I'm... Smile, chat. Please smile. Thank you. I like that. Positive vibes, positive attitudes. I'm a fan of this. This is the kind of chat experience that I want to see. Thank you.
The story looks like. Early on, there's a mission in Modern Warfare set in London. In the opening of the mission, Sergeant Kyle Garrick and a squad are tracking a potential terrorist group. He asks if there are snipers in place and is told that they don't have a backup because they don't want to upset the public. Immediately afterward, terrorists detonate a van in the middle of Piccadilly Circus. In the following mission, you as Garrick fight through the chaos. Terrorists are mixed in with the crowds. The mission is designed so it's exceedingly difficult to not accidentally shoot one of the dozens of fleeing civilians. Once all the terrorists are killed and cleanup begins, Garrick laments that this attack could have been prevented.
You saved lives today, Sergeant.
It shouldn't have happened in the first place, sir.
Garrick says that they had actionable intel to stop the attack because they had been tracking this terrorist cell for weeks. The reason him and his squad hadn't was because they, an unnamed they, weren't willing to take the gloves off.
We don't stand a chance in hell with these rules of engagement, Captain. They can
I
tell us
called
where.
it.
They can tell us when. Don't tell us how. I remember tracking that cell for weeks.
Kyle Garrick has a perspective, clearly. He wants more autonomy for his individual squad, more leeway to use force, more resources allocated to homeland security and terror attack prevention. And it makes sense that he would feel this way. He just experienced the worst possible result of not having autonomy, leeway, and resources. Call of Duty's writers say they want to present the different perspectives. We don't want to say one of them is correct. But how are we as an audience supposed to take this scene? Garrick thinks that if his squad had the discretion to take out potential targets without higher approval, he would be able to prevent terrorist attacks. And in this scene, he is proven right on every measure. Sure, the game doesn't force you in real life to agree with Garrick's point, but I have trouble thinking of a way it could more persuasively frame him as correct. The game's standout mission, Clean House, presents a similarly implicit perspective. Clean House is, from a purely game design perspective, a pretty remarkable achievement for Call of Duty. Far from bombastic, this mission is an incredibly tense and quiet path through a single house. Every single room is its own separate encounter. Every bathroom could have someone hiding in it. Every blind corner is a potential bullet. And, just like Piccadilly Circus, civilians are mixed in with the terrorists, but even more so. In this instance, a man is using a woman as a human body shield. Assuming you take him out cleanly, he lets go of the woman, who immediately lunges for a gun. Surprise, she was a combatant too. In one of the rooms, there's a woman and...
What happened? What happened to... Did you guys, like... Did one of the mods, like, go rogue and disable ASCII? I know that there are no mods in here now. I assume they're fucking pissed off at me or some shit. And no longer... Remember when you shot the baby? Yeah, I shot the fuck out of the baby. How the fuck do I do R9K? Okay, R9K. There it is. This should be fun now. Half your mod team literally stepped down because you didn't listen to them? Oh, who stepped down? Mods are participating in the Discord strike because you say it has no power. Okay, I just won't look at the chat then going forward. Nice.
And a baby. Obviously, you shouldn't shoot them. In fact, if you shoot them multiple...
I will also remember all of the people who are regular names that are participating in the chaos for future reference. You didn't let them act on actionable intel? Yeah, exactly.
Multiple times, the game shows a message that says, "Are you serious?" and kicks you back.
Also, this only further showcases that the Discord is cancerous and needs to be nuked immediately. For the record. Because I haven't acted on this information yet, or I haven't acted on the Discord strike yet. For the record, it's literally just, it's the worst. It's toxic. It deserves to die, and people just give a shit about the smell of their own farts rather than like being community members. So yeah. The Discord is trash. I hate it. I hate the way that people behave in it. I hate that the community like in the Discord thinks it's like some sort of revolutionary act that they're engaging in to make reasonable requests, which I agree to the requests that I haven't acted on yet. That's all I got. It's really annoying. Specifically, what frustrates me is that Ososo has literal, what do you call it? Ososo had literal like administrative privileges, like close to administrative privileges on the channel. And not only did he step down, I'm looking at the messages now, but that motherfucker he opened up the ASCII and like changed privileges in the chat. One of them did. I don't know. I'm assuming it was a so-so. Like, so it's not even like stepping down or saying like I'm gonna step down and then see what the fuck happens. But one of them literally changed the ASCII the ASCII bands and shit. And I've given them so much fucking power, and for them to treat it like this, just it's Nightbot. It's down. You can spam ASCIIs in Raj's channel. It's Nightbot. Okay, good. Make RTBA the big boss. Okay, never mind. Maybe it's not a so-so then. Holy shit. Why is R9K not working either? You gave him info and they didn't care about them? See why dictatorships is a good thing? This is how Stalin lost power? Nah, whatever.
To the main menu. When you finish clearing the house, you find two things at the top: a treasure trove of information on terrorist activities and a detonator. If you hadn't shot that last woman, the whole house would have gone up in smoke. Here again, we have a level that presents a controversial real-life operation, in this case no-knock raids, but also presents a right way through. If someone surrenders, you don't shoot them. If they have a gun, you do. There's even an achievement called Golden Path for going through the house perfectly, using one bullet per viable target. And at the end, it was absolutely worth it. You got information that led to saving lives. Again, the game doesn't actually force you to agree with the actions of the characters here. You could play this level and be absolutely horrified that a state military would carry out this kind of action. You could reasonably point out that it's an understandable response.
Why are you being so mean to your strong community? I already mentioned this before. I said there are demands that... So Discord made some demands. My Discord community made some demands. I thought their demands were relatively reasonable. I looked through them. I talked to Anaphase throughout the entire process. I was aware that they were going to strike or some shit. There's a difference between striking or like not participating in the Twitch and like fucking shit up on purpose.
Your father, the devil.
The people who are like coming in to ruin the chat, that's a little different than striking. Striking is just you're not participating in it. Fucking it up just because you feel like I haven't responded quick enough to your Discord demands, which I already said were reasonable because I was on the fucking Raw show and there's a 7,000 person host coming in right after, is like, fine, we can still survive and we're going to continue to go through this and I'll get to the fucking Discord shit when I want to get to it. But this is just more of an indication that I should just nuke the fucking Discord. Do you really think the 30 people who signed the manifesto in Discord are spamming your channel? No, it's not them. Why are you saying all of us are the people baiting you? You've had this for a week, haven't you? Yeah. And I told everyone in the Discord that it's not my fucking top priority. And it still isn't my top priority. I'll get to it when I get to it. Especially considering that this week has been, albeit a tense one, not just the UK labor shit, but more importantly, the jank stuff that blew up in the past 24 fucking hours.
You love your father, the devil.
Thank you, Econ is never ethical, for giving tier 1 sub to Right to Bear Arms. Like, it's entertainment, guys. It's your entertainment. They're just really disappointed and I think you being aggro is really hurting them. Okay. I don't watch you anymore because you burp all the time. We talked about this yesterday. They're striking because they don't like the way that Jeffy, Katie, and Lady and like mods that like Jeffy has like a top mod position, and they don't think that he is dealt with the position well. I agree. I told him this personally. We had a conversation, and we're going to talk about it more. I gave Mooten a list of things that I wanted to do, and asked him what he thinks about all of it. This was done. I sent him all this stuff like a couple days ago, but Mr. Mooten is fucking traveling. He has a very big life change ahead of him. So I'm not expecting him to also pay attention to this. I'm not going to pay attention to it either. When a bunch of shit's happening outside of it. So there was also additional drama on top of that. There was additional drama in which like shit happened that I was not even aware of. Like there was a Splinter Discord, and it's just fucking cancer. There was a Splinter Discord, and there was some shitty things going on in that Splinter Discord that I personally view to be suspicious. But then that was also extended and expanded on and blown out of proportion, from what I understand. Some serious accusations were made. I opted with cutting out everyone that was included in that Discord, especially for the duration while people looked into it further and clarified. Change all your mods, they seem toxic. Anyway, I don't know what the exact drama is. I just don't want to be associated with that Discord. That's it. It's that easy. They just feel extremely left out because you're not telling me anything. I don't know anything. I don't know what to tell them. But what I do know is that it's just shitty. Like I'm probably gonna have to either nuke the Discord and get new moderators from the jump and start over. I don't know. I like all my mods. I think they're great. It sucks, but just make RTBA responsible for everything? Fuck no, dude. RTBA is already too busy with Destiny's shit. I'm not gonna just like work with Destiny's moderation team. Time for the first Kurdish mod. You only said you're working on it. They're complaining you left them out. Yeah. because I am working on it. What do you want me to do, man? I'm working on it.
You don't love the spirit of justice. You love your
I'm streaming
father,
fucking
the
8 to
devil.
10 hours every day. Like, I have a friend over, a friend visiting, so I need to also take him out. I'm gonna end it early tonight too, to go out later. Like, I need to do my own fucking life shit. Discord and like the Discord community being like a little uncomfortable for the duration as I like work behind the scenes to change some dynamics there, some power dynamics there, is
you don't love
not like the end of the world. It's like getting upset that your favorite subreddit, the culture of your favorite subreddit is changing. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like a true sock damn nice meme, bud.
Keep Koro, he's the only good mod. Why
All the mods are good. Like, especially, like, most of the Twitch mods are really good. I like all of them. Soso, Kuro, Nate, Morgan, like Anaphase. Like, these are all the mods. They do awesome fucking work. They're all constantly on Sam. Like, they do a great job. Okay? Some of them are also Twitch moderators. They do a good job. I think Jeffy has been by my side for a lot, through a lot, and he's done a decent job up until recently. I think that his time change, like his time zone difference, I told him all this too. His time zone difference like makes it harder for him. And I also personally don't like the way he dealt with the other Discord situation. Another thing that I personally told him, I haven't had the time to have a conversation with any of these people or have them all get together. I told him not to make any rash decisions or ban anyone or unban anyone that's like significant in this conversation. I was told right as I was on the Raw show by Anna that some members of that previous community were then reinstated into ours, and that's frustrating. Because I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I was on the Raw show. So, all of this is insanely shitty. It just sucks. It's so inconsequential in the grand scheme of things, and I don't want to fucking deal with it, okay? Literally, no one cares about this shit. It isn't combative. Please have a talk with Anaphase. What the fuck are you guys talking about? I've talked with Anaphase. Anyway, I love Anaphase. Like, I have no, I'm not angry at him at all. I'm not angry at anyone. I was wrong to think that it was a so-so that, like, he's the only one who has, like, permissions on the channel that no one else has. So when I saw that, the fucking ASCII was going crazy, I thought it was maybe his doing. And it was wrong. I was wrong to do, to say that. As soon as someone said it's Nightbot because it's down, I said, oh, okay. Just play the video. Let's keep going.
To try and shoot back when you wake up and find your house full of men with
I just
guns.
don't want to do this on, like, I don't want to do this while I'm live streaming, and I never have time to fucking do this off the live stream. I don't want to do this when I'm live streaming because it's like drama and it's stupid and it's going to make you guys look terrible. It's not going to make me look terrible. It's going to make you guys look fucking silly to the outside world that you made like a fucking Discord demand manifesto, which is why I was trying to fucking deal with it behind the scenes. Okay?
You could recognize that the
It's so
golden
stupid.
path
You guys
isn't
look
perfect
stupid.
at all,
I'm sorry.
and it's only really rewarding the efficient executions of.
And it's too late. Like, now everybody fucking knows how fucking silly my community is.
But if you were to do that, you would be fighting against every message that the game is giving you. In the game, if you alerted the people in the house that you were there, you never would have found that life-saving information. In the game, if you didn't shoot that woman in the head, she would have grabbed the detonator and killed everyone, mother and baby included. The game doesn't say all no-knock raids are effective, but it shows you one, and that one inarguably was. Modern Warfare's writers say they're just presenting ideas here.
Like, you guys emailed Chomsky, dude. It's so fucking lame. Like, it's so... It's so insanely lame. It's like ongoing, it's like never ending fucking sectarian drama. There's like always fucking some new drama going on as far as like the community's not woke enough. The community's too woke. I'm just like fucking getting, I get messages from both sides in the Discord nonstop. And it's so fucking frustrating because, like, I want to be able to build a community where people are woke and they also understand that, like, some people are going to be more degenerate than others. Okay? Thank you, Tefo, for the 10 tier 1 gift subs.
Without a stance, just showing off the real situations that military operators might face. But their presentation of these situations, contextualized within the story as always appropriate and gamified with a correct way through, implicitly says otherwise. Call of Duty knows that these missions won't vibe with everyone, but they never call those conflicts political. Because of course, the position is that the game isn't political. They just use a big catch-all word for anyone who takes issue. Before the game's release, Clean House was a central pillar of the marketing campaign for Modern Warfare, and much of the marketing was centered around how much of a departure this story was for the series. Previous Call of Duties had been silly, explosive fare. This was real. They emphasized how many military experts they consulted with, how much care they took in recreating real-life military operations. And those real-life operations, like Clean House, might be controversial. But that's what you needed to do if you wanted to accurately represent Modern Warfare. But far from this actually being a departure for the series, Call of Duty has continuously marketed itself on its gritty controversies. Modern Warfare 3 writers said that they wanted to show, certainly in some particular cases, we wanted to show the effects of war. Civilians are a part of that. Innocent people are a part of it.
Yeah, but they never show, like, the American military killing civilians. They only show terrorists killing civilians, which is, like, weird because it literally, that's, like, the American exceptionalist propaganda to begin with. Where, I mean, I guess they show American military killing civilians, but not to the same extent that, like, not to the same extent that fucking they show, like, terrorists and foreign adversaries killing civilians. When the opposite of that is basically true. I really like this YouTube video, though. It does, like, take a really comprehensive look at it, and I like it a lot.
They vaporized the little girl. Modern Warfare 2 needed to believably sell why Russia would attack the US, and that's why you shot up an airport full of civilians. Call of Duty drapes itself in surface-level controversy all the time, but the controversy always boils down to kind of the same thing. Can you believe we're showing this in a video game? The controversy never goes as deep as, say, acknowledging the time that the US bombed a retreating army and all the civilians along with them.
That's what I was talking about
before. Shifted to a fictional Russian operation. And honestly, many of their big controversial levels feel like clickbait more than anything. No Russian is completely disconnected from the rest of the game, and even the original team really has no consensus on what it meant. This family getting killed by a car bomb is, well, it's just that. It is a momentary unpleasant surprise that fits quite well into a headline. As Camster, or Errant Signal, pointed out, the shoot a baby scene in Modern Warfare is absolutely manufactured. The game doesn't even let you pull the trigger in a situation that would be friendly fire. Hard as I try, I can't shoot Captain Price. But I can shoot this baby. Call of Duty's marketed controversy is completely superficial. They show terrorist attacks and child death and deaden a player into a shell-shocked acceptance of whatever actions are taken in retaliation. Call of Duty Modern Warfare's campaign is overflowing with torture. Farah, the freedom fighter, is waterboarded at the hands of the Russian villain. In a questionable choice, the torture is actually turned into a minigame. You turn your head to avoid the stream, and the villain says things like, "Damn, you're good." Oh boy. There's also a scene where you enter a mansion to find that the villain has been torturing men. 2 of them resisted. 1 gave up everything. There's also a scene where Captain Price and Sergeant Garrick are interrogating a guy named the Butcher. When he refuses to give up information, Price brings in the Butcher's wife and kid.
This is pretty fucked.
He warns Garrick that,
You want the gloves off? They're off.
a reference to Garrick's frustration early on with the lack of autonomy they were given in the treatment of terrorists. You, as Garrick, have the choice to leave or not. If you don't, Price gives you a revolver.
Hey, no.
Please, we are not involved with any of this, I assure you.
Hey.
The potential death of his wife and child finally prompt the Butcher to give up the needed information, and then you peace out of there with your new mission. You can kill him if you want. It doesn't really affect the story either way. This, in microcosm, is what Call of Duty believes. War is hard and often brutal, but there are a few good people who have the guts and the clarity of vision to do the right thing, whatever it takes. Those people are always those who actually have their boots on the ground, and never the ones who would let short-term morality stand in the way of long-term success. This isn't really even an ends justify the means ideology. One of the curious things about Modern Warfare's storytelling is it's so jam-packed with missions, events, and explosions that I can't even really tell you what the intended ends were. It's more just, the means are always fine, if they're done by the right person. I know the people who would make the right decisions. Captain Price would do the right thing, no matter the situation. He's cited by the writers as one of the heroes of the story. Even when he uses a man's wife and child to torture him, we understand that it's okay, because he's one of the people who makes the right decisions. Officer Alex would do the right thing, no matter the situation, and that's why the story doesn't condemn him when he leaves the CIA and joins the classified as enemy Urzik militia.
It's kind of like, I can't get over how hot they made this guy. I can't get over how they like, he literally looks like a fucking soap opera actor. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't COD work team with the CIA?
The story wants you to understand that the higher administrations just don't get the war like ground level troops do. It's why, in the story, Alex parts amicably with the whole squad, instead of being called a traitor, or treasonous, or whatever. Farah, the freedom fighter, would do the right thing no matter the situation. She's strong, empathetic, and extremely cooperative with the US and British militaries. You know who can't be trusted to do the right thing? Her brother, Hadir, because while they both want to free their country from internal terrorism and external occupation, Hadir is willing to do anything to accomplish those goals, including, in one of the game's pivotal scenes, using chemical weapons against the invading Russian army. From this moment on, Hadir is completely sectioned off from the rest of the cast, talked about in the same lingo as an enemy combatant. Hadir crossed a line, and the game's story never forgives him for it. And I mean, fair choice. Chemical warfare is a valid thing to call completely unacceptable. But Captain Price and Sergeant Herrick threatened to kill a man's wife and child in front of him, and both of those characters still come out painted as heroes. No, I think the actual reason Hadir becomes a persona non grata is because of his refusal to be fully subservient to the American and British military that come in to assist in liberation. I genuinely...
Okay, dude. I mean, Hadir was pretty bad, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were both bad, though. This is a little too woke, where they're just like...
think that if there had come a point in the story where Price had decided to use chemical weapons against the enemy, the game would have framed it as a tough choice, but we need people that can make those tough choices to protect our freedom. I mean, for Christ's sake, in 2009's Modern Warfare 2, a different universe's Captain Price detonated a nuke directly above Washington, D.C. But we understood then, as we do now, that he's a man that can make the hard decisions.
To be fair, never mind, I'm not gonna go there.
Modern Warfare's story and virtually every other Call of Duty plotline is one that valorizes the individual troop above civilians, ethics, and oversight. It's a story that tells us that we can't understand what's happening on the ground unless we're the people there, and as such, we shouldn't question the decisions of the soldiers who are. It's a worldview where we base our moral judgments of actions completely on the predetermined morality of the person carrying those actions out. And it's a perspective that has enormous ramifications in our unavoidably political reality. Michael Behenna was an Army Ranger who stripped a suspected Al-Qaeda member naked during an unauthorized interrogation, then shot him twice. Matthew Goldstein is an officer who murdered a civilian in Afghanistan, a civilian he claims was a bomb maker. In his 2017 deployment, Special Ops Chief Edward Gallagher killed a 15-year-old captive with a hunting knife while the boy was receiving medical attention. He also spent days in a sniper perch, claiming to kill an average of 3 people a day for 80 days. 2 separate SEAL snipers on the same team reported that they watched Gallagher shoot a girl in the stomach from his sniper nest. One of them guessed that she was about 12 years old. He was known to park an armored truck on a bridge and fire indiscriminately.
Donald Trump pardoned that man, of course. K. Kona brothers, because he was a brave man. He was a brave man fighting a brave war, as Bastiat was saying earlier. You know, these kind of accidents happen. This kind of collateral damage occurs when America's on a virtuous conquest to rid the world of criminal scum. Maybe this is a moment of self-reflection where we look back at ourselves and go, maybe we're the bad guys? Maybe, just maybe, we're the baddies? Who knows? We might be the baddies in this case.
Permanently into neighborhoods. He was known to fire rockets at houses for no apparent reason.
Thank you, Burke the Jerk.
In 2014, Gallagher was detained at a traffic stop where he allegedly tried to run over a Navy police officer. In 2010, Gallagher shot through an Afghan girl to hit the man carrying her, killing them both. All 3 men have since received a presidential pardon. As Behenna's lawyer said, "We know we have a president who is very sympathetic to the very difficult situation that soldiers, sailors, and Marines were put in during the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. They, in the collective cultural imagination, are the men who make the right decisions. Yes, their actions might seem immoral, bordering on inhuman from our comfortable homes, but as we're shown again and again, those inhuman actions aren't a fault, they're an imperative. These men are willing to do anything to come out on top. And ultimately, their willingness to set aside ethics and morals is the only way we can preserve ours. This is what Call of Duty believes."
This was really good. This was a really, really, really good video. I highly recommend it. Here, I'll link it in the chat. Does Call of Duty Believe in Anything? By Jacob Geller. I've done a video on this as well. I don't know if you guys remember, but mine was faster paced than this one. Not as good. Not as good. Not as good. But we're going to watch it anyway. Actually, we shouldn't even watch it. His YouTube channel's pretty good. You've seen his other stuff. I don't consider to watch it. Oh, the video contains spoilers to the ending that pulls every punch that Spec Ops didn't. Yeah, we can watch that. Okay, let's do another. Your bed looks weird. Is that an airbed? No, that's not my bed. It's just hi fish. Hello, sir. Hello, sirree. What's going on? You slumbered a lot today. You don't want to kill Mexican babies? You're a racist.
Do you think that the loss of the Labour Party in the UK is a wake-up call that we have to do more in order to not let the same happen here? I am actually convinced Trump will win again, and I am scared of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet. I think the situation in the UK is a little different than what we have here. I've mentioned the differences multiple times. Imagine being a world leader who has a well-aligned philosophical compass and has to make life and death decisions and dealing with SJWs who have 10% of the total information, calling you a war criminal. Wait, do you really think that we're operating with 10% of the information years later where we have 100% of the information, maybe even more information than the president had at the time that he made that decision, considering the fact that, like, we now know the outcomes as well? Like, we have the benefit of hindsight, homie. What the fuck? Where's... You should do a sub-only Discord if you make a new Discord. Americans hate the media way more here. The hit piece won't work as much. I don't know about that.
Every year, Call of Duty finds
you,
a new way
Rick-a-laugh.
to pull people back into the fold and help them forget all of the bullshit that invariably gets crammed into this product. 2 years ago, it was an authentic World War II experience, conveniently timed against the reveal of Battlefield 5, which seemed to grate on many fans. After that, it was Battle Royale and a complete revision of the PvP sandbox. This year, it's all about gritty realism.
Hey, by the way, that anti-fash Gordon shit-talking you and your uncle on Twitter has supported the Rhode Island chapter of the John Brown Gun Club, who regularly act in extremely misogynistic ways towards leftist organizers. AFG also defends a toxic organizer who literally slept with an FBI agent and leaked the identity of activists to state police, leading to their arrest. Wait, is that person toxic organizer? Is that Cassandra? Is that who you're talking about? Yeah, that guy sucks. Wait. Master Chief would never do these things?
The invaders of my country have no regard for human life. We live like this every day.
COD Modern Warfare 2019 promised a return to the franchise's roots, not only in game design, but also in tone and presentation. The original Modern Warfare games felt pertinent and risky, presented to audiences at a time when America was engaged in wars in both Afghanistan and Iraq. Back then, the series felt willing to push into some famously uncomfortable territory.
Remember, no rush.
Subsequent Call of Duty games would wind this back further and further with future tech-inspired campaigns that provided little in the way of emotional resonance or an emotionally schlock.
Damn, I don't remember Kevin Spacey, dude. What the fuck? Knowing what we know about the boy seems kind of sus even more now.
World War II campaign that felt more like Saving Private Ryan than it did The Thin Red Line. Modern Warfare 2019, or Modern Warfare as I'll refer to it from here on, promised a gritty campaign that explored the atrocities of war and how they can impact civilian populations, while probing at the morality behind the justifications employed by both sides.
We want to present the different perspectives. We don't want to say that one of them is correct.
To be honest, I didn't believe any of the hype. I thought it would just be marketing bullshit, and we might get one or two scenes where some civilians die, and the hero will make like a squinty face during a monologue to show he's torn, and then we'd get back to slaughtering the bad guys with all the righteous fury that the writing team would invariably bestow upon us in the penultimate mission cutscene. The thing is, I was 100% correct. Call of Duty's story is exactly what I expected it to be, a mess of Hollywood twists and forgettable cliches. But while its story does an excellent job of saying nothing at all, its gameplay says more about the true nature of modern warfare than any other title has in the past 7 years. Modern Warfare's campaign is set against the backdrop of a fictitious country called Urzikstan, an allegorical replacement for present-day Syria, where Russian forces are propping up Bashar al-Assad's regime in a war against insurgents. Of course, one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter, and in Urzikstan, the rebel leader Farah partners up with Team America to stop the evil Ruskies from obtaining chemical weapons and using them on the civilian population. Narratively, the setup lays a foundation that could have resulted in something meaningful, but it's all wasted. You've got freedom fighters who could have had to make interesting compromises in the name of their cause, but instead we get a really ham-fisted twist where we learn that it was Farah's brother who was behind the chemical weapons theft, driven by his desire to help his people. It's predictable, it's contrived, and it leans more into the familial betrayal than it does the pragmatism underpinning the brother's choice. When Farah's group of freedom fighters are designated terrorists by the US forces, Team America goes off the grid to back them up in a way that would see all of them court-martialed and imprisoned in Gitmo if this were real life. When it comes to narrative, the writing team weren't all too interested in writing.
What's the problem with George? He didn't even talk about you and you go around throwing shit at him for no reason at all. To hell with you. Like George W. Bush. You right, brother. He never... Fish is giving you the come pick me up eyes. True.
Writing believable scenarios and events grounded in reality. All of this is easy to ignore given that it's just Call of Duty and we really shouldn't set our expectations too high. What's harder to ignore is the flagrant rewriting of history that occurs at pivotal moments in the story. At one point, we're told that we're to defend the Highway of Death, a stretch of road bombed by the Russians
Snap
as
for
both
subs.
military personnel.
I've decided not to snap for subs anymore. I think it's too, like, I don't want to command anyone to subscribe to me. If you want to subscribe to me, you should do it on your own volition. I'm no longer going to snap for subs. It's a cool gimmick, and I like it. But I'm instead going to just simply say, hey guys, if you'd like to subscribe, you can do it for free with Twitch Prime. And subscribing offers your support to me and also gives you a bunch of cool emoticons that you can enjoy in an ad-free experience. So that's it.
And civilians were trying
and it's
to
not because I'm woke. I don't know.
Evacuate. The big problem with this terminology
But
is
yeah,
that it's the
a lot of people
exact
forget that they
term
have
used
Twitch
to
Prime.
describe an
So a reminder.
actual historical event that occurred, only it was the Allied American forces bombing military targets in the Gulf War, where a number of civilian casualties were also recorded. It's possible that the use of the term Highway of Death just sounded really cool to the writing team and they didn't know its significance, but this is extremely unlikely. Far harder to dismiss is the location of the game's most evocative mission, a civilian massacre at Haditha. In-game, a young Farah and her brother fight off a burly Russian brute who just murdered an individual who served no jail time. Now, for what it's worth, I don't have a problem with casting other nations as villains or...
Actually, you know what? I'm going to be safe. Peace, boys.